Hello again, everybody. If I'm doing things correctly, sorry, this is confusing. I'm filming shit at the same time for a previous video, but I believe in today's video, we are going to start the assembly of Stuart. So I did get my head gaskets, which I went with a disclaimer. Obviously, I know just about jack shit about small block Chevys, motors in general, whatever the case may be. So, looking online, some old forums, a lot of people that are running a 355. I think hopefully I covered that in the last video. Yeah, this thing's it's a 350 punch 30 over 355. Most likely somewhere around 10-to-1 compression. Don't really know. I'm not going to go through the bullshit of hardcore checking it. I do have a lower compression Vortec 350, like 86, 87 motor. So if worse things come to worse, I will have to put that engine in the car. We'll see. That was for the Trans Am, but whatever. Anyways, digging on some old school forums, a lot of people that were running some sort of 350 or 355 combo with, you know, some sort of blower, were running 1003 Felpro gasket, head gasket. So apparently the perks with this is when this is compressed, I believe it's a, when this is compressed, it's a 0.041 inches thick. So the gaskets that used to be in the car, I believe these were also Felpros. I looked at the part numbers on them, and these used to be a 0.039, which I want to say is a stock head gasket thickness after, you know, being torqued down. So, you know, a possibility with this thing, if there's no further damage than what it has, or what I think of at least, and let's just say it had a bad head gasket, it wasn't torqued right, something wasn't right about it. These are a little bit thicker, so that 0.02 thickness will help drop the compression a little bit, and then with the blower spikes it right back up. So with that being said, my idea behind this, and like I said, according to other forums as well, having a little bit thicker of a head gasket helped. And the nice thing about these head gaskets is it is like the stamped, I believe it's like a stamped steel around the cylinder wall itself. And then you see all the blue, like the blue lines around here. It's like a raised rubber edge, and that's to keep all of the coolant ports and whatnot separate and make everything seal better. The gaskets that were on the car, I don't think they were really anything crazy. I forget what part number they are. It's a 7733 PT2. It doesn't really seem like there's anything too crazy about these. No, I mean, like, these don't have like the extra rubber around it. Like I said, they were 0.039 thickness, and the metal actually around the cylinder walls are a bit thinner as well. These aren't even fucking circles. I don't know if you can see that. They're like a weird shape. But anyways, I already have the engine cleaned up. I might have made a video, might be in this video, I don't know. I have my surfaces cleaned up. I think I have one more head I need to finish cleaning up the bottom of it. But yeah, I would definitely like to start reassembly and kind of start digging into this thing. So I am going to read the instructions on this, because I know with some head gaskets you are supposed to punch out some of the coolant holes bigger. I don't know, never done this before. So I would definitely like, if I'm cleaning one of the bottom of the head one of the bottoms of the heads that mates the engine, I would like to take one of these head gaskets out, check it to it, make sure all the ports line up, you know, yada yada yada. So, because I don't know if that was the thing with the last head gaskets, that there was a hole that was supposed to be bigger, it wasn't, was forced to go somewhere else. I don't know. Your guess is probably better than mine. So, yeah, let's dig into reassembling the Z28. Might be a Berlinetta. I don't know. It's got Z28 badges on it, so I'm going to call it a Z28. Alrighty, first things first, we got to unearth this little baby mama. So the last time I touched this thing, I threw some oil, well, not a lot, but I used a little bit of oil around all the pistons. The idea behind that was to keep the rings lubricated. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my God, that scared me. So the idea behind that was to keep the rings lubricated, keep the cylinder walls from rusting and whatnot. You can actually still see some oil sitting in there. I don't know if that's good or bad, don't really care. And then I cleaned up the whole top up here, and I moved the lifters in and out with a lot of oil as well, just to try to keep things lubricated, prevent shit from seizing up just from sitting over the past week or so. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to double clean my surface again. I wonder what this deck height is that everybody was talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna clean my surfaces off again, make sure there's no extra gunk on there or whatever the case may be, and deal with this little stuff, and then hopefully maybe get a head-on or two. That'd be kind of nice. You ask me how my day's going. I accidentally just literally put this down right here and it fell over, and I think it hit that bolt. So yeah, I love that for me. Brand new can. So I'm gonna have to go out and get more of that. But I did check what this looks like to here, and bear with me. I know we are upside down and this is gonna be weird, but everything does line up good. Yeah, everything looks good here. And then when we flip this over and we very, very gently, because I don't want to hurt nothing, put this into here, if I can get dowel pins, right? Everything looks pretty damn solid to me. So obviously when this is pushed on, it's, you know, lined up better. But yeah, looks good. Oh, this is really pissing me off. But yeah, looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean the surface of the head, or the surface of the block, one more time, and then we're gonna attempt to slap the head on. So wish me luck. So I pulled the temp sensor out of the side of this head. Let's see if that would give me a little bit more room. Oh. Aha. Yes, 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 yes. That looks better, right? Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. All right, well, that's one head on. In case anybody was wondering what it looks like from up here, that's what it looks like. So, yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, head hardware is very lightly just in. Alrighty, so my, I guess my steps of torque is going to be 30 foot-pounds, then 50 foot-pounds, and then finish everything off with 70 foot-pounds. I want to say those are off by about 5 foot-pounds less for like OEM spec shit. But I looked up the ARP hardware recommendations, and their final torquing is about 70 foot-pounds. So I figured I'll just bump every stage up 5, and that should be all right. So I got number 1 to 30, and I'm gonna start jumping around following the diagram, and yeah, try to get these things done. Alrighty, all my bolts are torqued. They all got my little paint lines on them. So the heads are officially onto the block. So with that being said, the next thing up will be rockers and push rods. Alrighty, the boys are here. We have Mr. Alex, Mr. Jake in the flesh, and here we are. I dropped the push rods in. I feel like that's a pretty easy explanation of you slip it in. So that's all those, 2 per cylinder. And then right now, Alex is just popping the rockers on, and then we're gonna have to go about our plan for how we want to tighten them.
All right, so right now we're tightening down all the rockers. So what we're gonna do, everyone's got their own opinion on it, but what we're gonna do is, I already set the rotating so that this one is set down. And how we're gonna do that is, right now it says play in it. So we're gonna spin this push rod here and tighten the lock nut down until we feel resistance. Let's see. All right, right there, you get resistance. So now what we're gonna do is, where everyone has their own opinion on it, but from our gathered insight, I'm gonna rotate the nut 3/4 of a turn, and then we're gonna lock it down, and that's where we're gonna set it to.
Alrighty, so we just got done setting everything. I would have filmed the process, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass with just having two people on deck, and this is kind of an awkward engine bay to film in, as you guys have probably seen in other clips in this video, from whether I'm propping it up in between here or on there, kind of just praying it don't fall. But yeah, they should be roughly set where they are for now, and then when the car goes to actually fire and it runs, we could kind of go for final adjustments then. But yeah, it's there.
Should be good to go. Close as it's gonna get.
Yep. I guess more assembly.
Yep.
All right, I believe last update was all of the rockers being in and torqued somewhat how they should be, I guess. And intake manifold is on, bolts are ran down. I do need to get another bolt because it previously had, if we remember, the bolt that I had to weld to, it was on the outside, that wasn't right. So everything is, we used this on the edge, like on the tips of all the bolts. Have that in there. So yeah, now we're working on, just dropped a T-stat on. Funny enough, I don't think the car had a thermostat in it because they can't find one laying around. So that's good. But we're about to work on putting the distributor in and all that fun stuff. Well, people, we are just about at that point. She's looking good. Almost looks normal again. So I think this is where I'm going to cap this video off. I do need to go pick up a couple more things, as I know some people are definitely going to point out we have no thermostat, nor water neck. A couple other little odds and ends here. Any new header gaskets, belts. There's a little stupid shit like that. Need to buy more oil for an oil change. So, with that being said, I believe this is where we're going to wrap this video. Another shout out to the Mr. Alex at Mercury Racing, again. Being such a great help. So, also I need to buy spark plugs. I don't have spark plugs. So, yeah, we're getting there. So again, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for when we attempt to start it up. I hope it runs.